Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're playing another recording of Hearthstone. Let's continue what we were doing, which is playing Warrior. So, last episode I started and didn't completely finish the thought of what I would do if I got a ridiculous amount of income, say $1,000,000, and, or even just more than what I could spend. So probably even $40,000 or $50,000 annual would be getting to the point where you're getting more money than even you would want to squirrel away, because I can live off 25. If I got 50, I'd probably put the other 25 in savings just to be careful. But if I got 100, well, you're starting to say, well, okay. I guess once you start getting rich like that, you throw out your logic, because the logical thing there is, even if I was made $1,000,000 in 1 year, you still have no idea that that's going to stay that way. So you'd still want to squirrel it into a retirement plan, which is true. I have a retirement plan, and it is definitely underfunded for my age. And it's not likely I can do this forever. It's not likely anybody can do anything forever, or even till the end of their lives, to be more accurate, because people get old and tired, and one fear I have is that I will eventually burn out my voice in a terrible way that causes it to be difficult or impossible to talk, because I do a lot of talking every day, and I imagine it will eventually change my voice, maybe for the better, but I'm afraid it will do it for the worse. Darn it. I don't think the Sea Reaver should be in my deck. It doesn't work. It's way too random. So we need to get, I think, 4 victories with the Warrior, and about 20 more minions need to be killed. Alright, put this out here, I guess. In the turn. Warrior versus Warrior. That'll be an interesting battle. I'll probably lose. Playing Deus Ex Human Revolution really kind of gets me to the thought, maybe I want to play Metal Gear Solid 5. Or whatever the newest one is. I don't think it's 5, actually. I think the Phantom Pain is all it's called. But I don't think it's number 5. I think 5 was years ago, now that I think about it. There's definitely some silliness in all of that, and I wouldn't understand any of the craziness that's going about. But I think for the stealth mission genre, it might be the very best of them. And so I very well might be missing out by not playing that. Let's see. Bring this guy out. Then end the turn. And certainly that might be something we do, is that we'll get a Square Enix pack next sale, next big Steam sale, and or get a Metal Gear pack if they do that. and then maybe I will go through this whole story, which I think is incredibly long. That would potentially make a year of footage. Just dedicate an entire time slot for a year of footage is kind of what I would think it would be. Kill this one. Summon this one. Attack the face. That's kind of the problem, is
I have no time
we
for
have
games.
things like Skyrim, which matter, and then, well, we could go back further in the, what is it, Elder Scroll Trilogy is what it's called? Yeah. We could certainly go back further in the timelines for those things. There we go.
No problem.
5 there.
Watch this.
3 there. And then another 3 there. So, yes, there's several series like that where you can go back and just do them over again if there's any reason whatsoever to play them.
Well played.
And I think in a lot of these there is.
Like a leopard.
Darn it.
Back to work.
Alright. This.
Battle
This.
detected.
That. We'll take this guy out in the turn. 15 to 26 right now.
You dare challenge the dead?
I'm not sure though. I'm not sure if I'll ever have time to go back and play everything, or even a significant amount of things. It is a weird concept. Oh, this sucks, because this one can kill this one, and then these others can kill this, and then maybe next turn. Unless I can figure out some way to do 10 damage real fast, I'm gonna lose again. I'm noticing that the warrior deck doesn't have a good finishing strategy. It seems like it can get things down to 10 or thereabout, but then can't finish it. Let's see, this.
Job done.
End the turn. See, 11 plus that was 17, so if I had actually used the armor up, I might have survived this. Let's see. Interesting choice here. He could have taken me out. Well, he can't take me out now.
I can take the hit.
Doesn't seem like it's gonna matter. Just in the turn, maybe even concede at this point, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to survive. I think I own Skyrim. It's hard to tell what I even own at this point. I'm gonna have to make a new category, probably. If I get to another summer sale and buy more games, I'm gonna have to make a category of like 2015 games and then 2016. Draw 3 cards. Put any minions you drew directly into the battlefield.
Well
Interesting.
played.
That's a pretty good card. I wish I had that. It's a legendary. But just to get things scheduled right, I may even have to go into my Steam and sort things just like in an order. Probably would be a little bit too much over sorting if I did that. So we only need to destroy 40 more minions and then we'll at least have one quest done, and if we actually get one victory we will be done with actually 2. We're at 2,115 gold, which isn't terrible, not terrible at all. Our goal again is at 5,000, and that's our first goal. A second goal would be then to be 1,000 over that, and then 150 over that. So eventually 6,150 gold is what the maximum I would like to hold on to. I did get both plugins on the Hearthstone deck tracker to work, so it wouldn't be impossible for me now to tell you what percentage or what pack I should open and what the chance of gold cards are going to be according to that app and all of that. So all it really is it goes through a very interesting setup when you install this plugin. It says go to your collection, then exit your collection, then go back to your collection. Don't hit any buttons or touch the mouse, and then click this go button. And once you click the go button, what happens is it takes control of your mouse and your keyboard, clicks in the search box, and types the exact name of every single card to see what you have. So obviously, at least it doesn't seem like there's a way to just read the log file and see what people's collections are. So instead it checks for every single card, and if it finds none, it can read the log file and see that it says found none. If it finds one, it can read the log file and see that you have one. And I think it can even do gold, which is something Hearthstone deck tracker by itself can't do. Can't differentiate. And it definitely does tell you like how much dust it would take to get a full collection if you were just going to build it, how much dust it would take to get a full collection in gold. It has an option to prefer non-gold cards, and I checked that. So right now I'm about even on all of the collections. I'm about even on the normal packs and Goblins versus Gnomes and the Grand Tournament. So inherently what I'm shooting for is to fill up the normal packs right now. Let's see this. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and end the turn where it is. If I have a full normal pack on in full collection, 2 of everything just normal, that means every time I would get a normal pack or gold pack, I could immediately turn it to dust, and that immediate dust would turn around and solve problems for me. There we go. End the turn. Hopefully he doesn't kill that guy, but he does, so whatever, that doesn't matter. Then this does 2 damage to all guys and freezes them. let's see, this, and then this,
Greetings from beyond the grave.
and then we'll just hit the face in the turn. The other plugin is the Arena auto scanner thing. It has a pop-up if we were gonna do arena runs, so I kind of need to bring up the pop-up first, but it is definitely faster than trying to manually input your arena draw. I won't be doing any arena runs for quite a while.
Leaving time.
This,
Your lance care.
this, this, and then do I want to give this some more? Yes, I think I do. So that's 8, and then another 6. And we end the turn. I might win this one. At 9 to 22 effectively,
I'm not ready.
I might win.
Bring me steel.
The real problem here is he's playing a frozen deck, and
May my ancestors
that's gonna get caught in the way. If he can continuously freeze me, I can't do that last 9 damage. See, doing things like that. Very much in defeating a mage is just exhausting their magic cards. Which definitely can be done. This guy's getting more and more powerful.
I enjoy raiding. From the depths I come.
Your magic shall not save me.
So I always get to this point where I'm thinking to myself, what more should I be doing, or what different should I be doing? It's a good question to ask yourself, although I think I probably torture myself with it more than I should. I'm about to lose. Return this to your hand and summon a Nebulan. Oh my goodness. What a terrible card.
High tide.
To try to defeat, it's actually a very good card. A new Barak. But right now, I really don't know. It's a matter of just I need to stay focused, I need to keep recording videos. If that's what I want to do. Let's play one more game and then I'm gonna call it an episode. Let's see. Actually, we haven't even been playing that long. I started recording the last episode and right before this, and I probably should have taken a break between them.
Get us.
Hearthstone is wearing me out,
I will
and
crush you.
overworking is wearing me out, and an inability to sleep properly because I have insomnia is wearing me out. So I mean, all complaints, all whines, absolutely, just complaints and whining, but they are true things. I'm more and more getting to points where I just want to lie in bed and not do anything. And a lot of people probably say I've earned it. But then that would hurt my channel. It would hurt my channel. We've got games to play. If I really wanted to make the argument that I could take a break, I should have all my games recorded and just be at the point where it's like, well, I cannot. I just absolutely cannot play any. I've played everything to death. I've played games 2 or 3 times already. There's no new footage to record. Therefore, I'm just going to take a vacation. Like, that would also, I suppose, be a inherent just failure of everything. My channel would just kind of stop right then and there,
Job's
wouldn't
done.
it? If I can't record anything more and I can't get new games, if the ad revenue never pays off enough that I could get new games, I think that would be the end. I would just, and that's not the right way to do it. That's not how you run businesses, but for me it very well might be the situation. The right thing to do would be to find more money and invest in it and continue growing your business, because if you want to have a business, you're going to invest in it and grow it on your own cost and expense for years, potentially, before it actually shows any profit.
Ready your lance,
In the turn. That would be a really pathetic way for this channel to end too. At least if there was some, if YouTube shuts down, if YouTube decides they don't want me on their channel, at least that's something dramatic. At least that's something like, okay, this was totally unexpected and I was totally screwed
Practice makes
by something that wasn't potentially my fault. But if it's just a situation where the funds dry up, that would really suck. And if the funds dry up, I could certainly leave my channel here and just let it stay as it is and put a video going, hey, I'm out of funds. As soon as I get some new games, I'll definitely think about coming back here. That I don't think I'd be particularly a candidate for the type of people that would just rage quit.
I enjoy
I don't see a
reading.
reason to. I have not gotten a ridiculously high amount of crappy comments. I haven't gotten a really high amount of comments at all, but the vast majority of them are supportive and helpful. So it's not really at that point. One thing I have been thinking about as I try to unauspiciously drink a drink, which then I just talk about, so how's that?
I
So
enjoy
silly.
reading.
One thing that I've been thinking about is that if my channel got really huge, eventually what would happen is there would be more and more people that disagree with me. That right now the vocal minority that hates me is so small it's easily ignored, but if I have 1 million subscribers and
Now
1,000 of them or even 100 of them hate me enough that they're posting on every single nasty comments on every single video, and they're argumentative, they're trying to argue with me just because they hate
The
me,
hit.
which, I mean, even if it just depends about how they go about it. If somebody hates me and they want to disagree with what I say, my opinion, whatever my opinion is, if they go about it in a kind and respectful way, that's still fine by me. I think I can handle that. Let's go ahead and do this, and then this.
Job's done.
So I probably shouldn't have done that second one, the rampage. I probably should have saved that, put it on this. In fact, that was a terrible decision, because if I just used those 2 cards on this guy, next turn, he would have had Wind Fury and been at what?
What now?
4 plus 8, 16 damage could have been done. I did not think things through enough. If he has something that can do 1 damage, I'll be upset. Yes, he does. That sucks. So we do this, we do this, we do this, we end the turn. I played very poorly there. Would it have changed anything? I doubt it. It didn't seem like it would have. Probably would have just put me in a worse position had I not played the way I did. But there was, if he didn't have the cards he had, I would have potentially done something better. Interesting. So all we got is this, which between the 2 of these is only gonna do 20. Wouldn't be enough to kill him. This is the one that loses an attack instead of durability. But yeah, the way I kind of hate watch on some of the things now that I'm so burned out on some of the things I watch and listen to, some of the podcasts. I've gone, I guess, a couple years with them, and I think I've done as much as I can as far as to enjoy them. And I can certainly give the list again, but I'm not gonna bother. It's just almost everything I listen to is starting to show some problems. Like even the Bombcast is getting to the point where it's further and further away from actually talking about games, and going into more and more just ridiculous rants, which were funny the first time, but it's getting, maybe there are no games to really play right now, and that's part of the problem. It's almost certainly part of the problem. But even the Beastcast versus the Bombcast, the Beastcast is talking more about actual things happening in the gaming universe. And inherently, I suppose that says I shouldn't do a podcast, even if there was enough people, if I knew enough people to do something like that. We'll do one more because this episode's not that long, but I don't think we have enough to talk about. I don't think that even if we opened it up to completely what was going on in our lives, I think you need 8+ people to sit around the table and talk about it. And that's just not something I've ever done in my life. I mean, if you're going to do a podcast, I think you should think to yourself, do you sit around once a week and talk to any group of any people? And if you don't, you probably shouldn't do a podcast. And I don't. Certainly in school, there was sitting around the lunchroom
Job's done.
and just talking gibberish. Basically, not actual gibberish, but garbage. Like, useless conversations that I don't recall any of them. We did that in school, but that was a situation where we were forced to be around people. Uh, in my jobs where I have been around, the jobs typically don't give you enough time during a lunch or any break to actually talk to anybody, and even if you did, you didn't really want to talk to your coworkers anyways. Well, I didn't, so, and they probably didn't want to talk to me either.
Job's
So,
done.
I don't think that translates to the real world very often. It only translates if you are having some kind of weekly gathering, whether that's your weekly football group or church or whatever. That's about it. And honestly, even if you go to church with a bunch of people, you're not talking to them about stuff very much. You're just listening to preaching or preaching yourself. So it's hardly a two-way conversation. Football, just about the same. You're not really having two-way conversations. You're watching the football.
You smell like a leper nose.
The same thing is what is wrong with a lot of things. Like, if you go to watch movies, you're with people, you're not really doing anything with them. Alright, well that does 7.
Bring it on.
Enough to kill that guy. Bring this guy out. And end the turn. So I could bring this out, or I can bring this guy out. Let's see. Let's bring this out. Bring this out. And then attack. And attack. And we don't need to attack right now, so we'll just save it. So we want to power this up as much as possible. This guy's at up to 7. Alright. This guy. This guy. We got all kinds of Inspire things that I think didn't activate. No, because I didn't Inspire. Never mind. 5, 8. All 3 of these things would kill this. 3 here. And then I gotta decide what I want to get rid of. This one. And then this one. And end the turn. Oh man, I could have attacked with that. Oops.
That was an error.
See, this is why I needed to have taken a break. I need to really force myself to take breaks between Hearthstone episodes in particular. When I record other things, it really doesn't matter. And it really wouldn't even matter here if I was half awake, as I should be.
Ready to flee.
Let's see. I could have summoned that too, so I'm not paying any attention to anything.
Defend yourself.
Let's see. End the turn. I should have attacked. I'm like questioning myself. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Is someone injured?
Just totally questioning myself and not paying enough attention. I suppose, to get back to the thought, if I had $1 million type question, which is a ridiculous thing to do. hire producers, hire editors. Almost
Stop.
certainly it would be a pretty easy job for them at the beginning if they were only producing and editing for me. I do have high demands on quality, and I would only want to hire people that will actually held those same beliefs on their own work. But it would still be probably not that much work for them, and then I think I would want to start expanding, seeking out somebody else and collaborating and saying, hey, why don't you come onto my channel, and then we would split it. Split the workload. We would have a list of new games coming out and say, these are your type of games. There's definitely a class of game that I don't play a lot. Absolutely. Run and gun shooters are absolutely that class. So if somebody really just wanted to do all the run and gun shooters, Destiny, Halo, Call of Duty, everything like that, then I could hand all of those right over to this other person and let them do their series and have that footage, and we would put it on doing like that. There would certainly be some weirdness there where we would probably eventually start off with just saying guest star somewhere in the title so people can recognize it's not me. Or we start a whole nother channel, but then that kind of kills the point. Starting a whole nother channel, I don't see why people do that, really. Alright, this is... Let's see. We do this, and that does nothing. We do this. Let's see, I can kill this guy and do 9 damage, so that is what I want to do. And this 9 here. There we go. Finally! And I think that's pretty good. We're gonna go into a third recording, but I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna really just relax. We gotta get, let's see, 3 victories for Paladin and Warrior. I think we'll come back and I'll only need 2 victories just to make sure. So I'm gonna play a little bit offline. But I'm also gonna take a break because I'm feeling fuzzy-headed and not paying attention enough. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.